And hey guys, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Pokemaniac, and you know what? I'm feeling pretty good today because we've got, check them out, 6, count them, 6 beautiful gym badges. And on a day like today, I feel like I'm invincible. Nothing could possibly go wrong. So in the last episode, we beat Byron of the Canalave City gym, and then Docky, of all people, invited us to a study sesh or something in the library. I don't know what that's all about, but he's waiting for us, so let's go find out what that's all about. That was great phrasing. All right, what is it, Docky? What do you want? You're too slow. It's like he knows. Come on, let's move it. I like to move it. Which I feel like his personality and the library would clash. Okay, yeah. So she just says the same stuff as she did last time. We've been here before. You've been here before, haven't you? So really nothing too bad. No, don't try to hide him with your text box, Docky. I saw him. Hey, Jake, over here, this way. Yeah. All right. Hi, guys. And hello, Sensei. Okay, Gramps, I brought Jake, just like I said. All right, I'm out of here. Wait, where do you think you're going? Yeah, my thoughts exactly, Rowan. Oh, dude just stares him down. Oh my gosh, that is like 3 dialogue boxes worth of stare down. Okay, I get it. All right, so he's gonna sit back down.
Everyone's finally here. Jake, everyone, listen.
See how he singled me out? It's because I'm his favorite.
You may have forgotten already, but I study the evolution of Pokemon.
Bro, how could I forget?
But the more I study, the more the mysteries appear and multiply.
Isn't that kind of beautiful, though? Like, that's what you want as something you want that you pick as a career that just keeps growing and multiplying, and you just discover new things and stuff that keeps your interest and can, that feels so fulfilling.
Pokemon that evolve and those that don't. What makes them different from each other?
I don't know. Lots of stuff, I would have to assume. But even Pokemon that do evolve, the difference between species is redonkulous.
Do those that are immature as living beings evolve into ones more mature? If so, what do we make of the legendary Pokemon that don't evolve?
It's like, I don't know, maybe it's like perfect. Can't improve on the design. Like Mewtwo. Mewtwo, perfect. Well, that doesn't really count because Mewtwo was literally designed. Anywho.
Are we to assume that the legendary Pokemon are complete as creatures?
Yes.
This is where you 3 come in. In the 3 lakes of Sinnoh, there are said to be Mirage Pokemon.
Okay, well, just because there are 3 of us, that's convenient, pal.
If we can obtain data on them, it may shed some light on how the process of Pokemon evolution works.
So you're gonna say what I'm... Alright, Prof. Pokemon Prof. What I'm gathering is that there are a bunch of Pokemon that no one even knows exists. They're called Mirages, and you're going to want to send us off on a wild goose chase to go see if we can find these Pokemon that may or may not exist, just so that you can satisfy your curiosity of Pokemon evolution. Am I on the right track?
I need help from each one of you on this grand undertaking. Help me find these Pokemon that are considered to be Mirages.
Which, honestly, I mean, in another context, probably the more proper context, that's actually a really big honor. Rowan's a very renowned Pokemon professor, and he's watched us since we first got our Pokemon, and he now feels that we are strong enough and experienced enough to help him with what he probably considers the most important piece of research that he ever does, which is really sweet. I'm telling you, could this day get any better? What are you saying? I didn't get a Pokedex.
And who... he beat me to it. And who was it that bolted from the lab before I had the chance to give you a Pokedex? But that's water under the bridge.
Cause we're in Canalave.
Seeing Pokemon with your own eyes is important for you in becoming a better trainer too.
You can count on me. It will help with my Pokedex too. Which, might I add, I helped her get back.
Jake,
you'll go too, won't you? Well, if it's a request from Sensei, I can't refuse it.
I would have made all of you go regardless anyway.
Alright, there's the Pokemon Prof that we all know.
Now, there are 3 lakes. Fortuitously, there are 3 of you.
Maybe his whole, giving out the 3 Pokemon was a little more planned than he likes to make us believe.
You should therefore split up and investigate the lakes individually. Dawn, you go to you go to Lake Verity.
Dawn, you go to Lake Verity.
Verily I shall. Will do.
Docky, I want you to investigate Lake Acuity.
Now, so we haven't even seen Lake Acuity yet. Lake Verity is the one next to Twin Leaf Town, which is where Docky and I are from.
That will take you almost to Snow Point City.
Which, again, we haven't been to.
The road there is harsh. I need a tough trainer to go.
Oh my gosh, stroke his ego a little more, Rowan.
Yeah, of course, Gramps. You know how to call it. You can tell that I'm the hotness.
Oh my gosh. Yep, that's definitely a 2008 game.
And you know what? I was going to catch those legendary Pokemon for you. As thanks for giving us our Pokemon back on Route 201.
Aw, that's really sweet too. This whole episode has been so heartwarming and beautiful.
Even though I completely forgot about it until just now.
Okay, and that's Docky, of course. That's so sweet. Aw.
Very well, I'm counting on you. And that leaves Jake with Lake Valor,
which is the lakefront. We passed it on our way to Pastoria City, that those cameramen were there. The famous one who shot the red Gyarados. Yeah, that one.
The lake is between Veilstone and Pastoria, if memory serves.
Dang, he probably had to go way back into the archives for that one. And what the heck was that?
Has it stopped? Are all of you unharmed?
What was that about? No, wait, I mean TV, the TV, news, anything.
Whoa! Okay, that's not good. Again, I would like to remind you, this is a Pokemon game. What you've witnessed is actual footage from the scene. It was taken by a cameraman who happened to be there. Oh god, is Red Gyarados Gary okay? It's certainly impressive, that's devastating. Who knows what that explosion could expose at the lake? Expose at the lake? How about, the people? The Pokemon around? Are they okay?
Gramps, they said it was an explosion?
But why Lake Valor? Let's get outside. I'm concerned about the town. You kids, be careful going down the stairs.
And, yeah, we're making a sudden evacuation.
Jake, you should leave now, too. There may be aftershocks, however. Be alert, always.
Okay, the tone has just shifted. If you come over here and talk to the people in the library, they will actually have unique dialogue options for you.
Well, was that an earthquake? I didn't imagine it.
No, you definitely didn't. We all felt that. In Diamond and Pearl, the TV thing doesn't happen. It doesn't explain it to you right away, which is very interesting. I guess to kind of hammer the point home, so you know exactly what happened. In Platinum, the TV announces it. I mean, again, good thing the Red Gyarados Gary was on the scene.
I'm feeling wobbly, even though the tremors ended. My knees still feel like jelly.
All right, and yeah, this again, that's actually terrifying. Not only, this is the second bomb that has went off in a Pokemon game, and this one was huge. And okay, that was Lake Valor, okay, Pastoria City. Just to show you what we're talking about here, so you can get a scale of how big this stupid bomb was. We are going to bust out the town map for the third or fourth time, interestingly enough. We're here in Canalave. That bomb went off in Lake Valor. That is across the map, and we felt the tremors from that. How nuts is that? That is absolutely insane. That tremor, it was wicked. I scrambled to find the book, Disaster Strike Survival Guide. That's really funny, actually. I hope it was helpful for you. But yeah, so just to kind of give you a scale of what happened. What do you have to say? I've been asking people not to disturb me while I'm reading. I shouldn't have even bothered. I'm all agitated now. All right, so just to let you know that the seriousness. It's not the end of the world or anything. Yes, a bomb went off, but it's a cartoon world bomb. So,
hello, this is the Canalave Library. Please keep quiet while you're on the premises. It certainly wasn't me who screamed, "Yeah!" or shouted, "Help me!" No, really, that wasn't me screaming.
All right, the poor librarian. All right, so let's go outside and assess the situation.
A tremor. wasn't a natural occurrence.
Yeah, you're telling me. Hey, old dude and kids. That's us? Did you hear? They're saying there's a huge explosion at Lake Valor. Again, that's across the map. But I hear everything's fine now. I guess it was just a lot of noise. I don't know. I still feel like a bomb going off. Like nothing's just fine afterward. You don't know that fast. But thanks, sailor. Ahoy. Gramps, I'm going. I have a bad feeling about this. And Docky takes off, honestly, in kind of a more noble fashion, like his impatience, in a more noble sense. It's not just like, he's overactive and he's, running away and he can't sit still, like Rowan's saying, but it's more like he's a man of action now. Like something crazy has happened, and Docky is rushing in to, go confront it. Like, it's very noble. Again, you don't normally get world building like that from Pokemon games.
That Docky can't sit still. Jake, I don't like to demand, but I need you at Lake Valor. It's impossible for things to be okay, not after an explosion like that.
See, Rowan gets it.
But I have no idea what is taking place. But before you go, let me stress, do not get in over your head. We will try to join you as soon as we can, as soon as we inspect Lake Verity.
Jake, you'll be okay no matter what, right?
All right, and once again, a good example of, an adult being like, in this instance, he knows how strong, like, our Pokemon are. So unlike Crash or Wake, who was like, you kids stay here, let the adult figure it out. Rowan's like, look, you're like the only one who can figure this out, so, but he's, cautioning us, be careful. Don't get in over your head. If something doesn't feel right, you can bail. But we've got our A1 crack team of pocket monsters with us. I get the feeling we're not going to have any issues with this. So heading over to Pastoria City, which I believe is the quickest route to get to Lake Valor. We are going to do just that. Head on over to Lake Valor, and we are going to throw up a rappel up, just because there is some grass we are going to have to run through. Man, I hate not automatically being on the item I want. Max Repel, there we go. All right. And let us mosey along. If I were to levy a minor criticism, this happened too when we were chasing after that Galactic Grunt, when the first bomb went off in Pastoria City. The music's not changing. It's not intense. There's not a lot of weight, which is fine, I suppose, when it comes to, hey, it's still a Pokemon game. We don't want to overdo it, and be too scary. Like, kids still need to be able to play this. But I don't know if they were going to theme, the bad guys around these, bombs. I feel like they could put a little more weight into the situation. But anywho, with that, as you can see, the cameramen are gone. I hope Gary's all right. We are going to enter for the first time Lake Valor. Oh, I recognize that funky beat. And oh my gosh. This is supposed to be a lake, guys. And there's no water in here. What do you have to say for yourself? Haha, next stop, Lake Verity. The closest civilization is that hick town called Twinley. Normally, I let my Pokemon do all the fighting. But this time, just this time, I think it's my turn. We can roll in there completely unopposed, buddy. You don't even know the half of it. And coming down here... Uh-oh. What? A Magikarp is weakly flopping about. Oh, no. So as you can see, they're actually showing us the consequences of, that bomb going off and the water, draining out. Is these poor Magikarp are, like, legitimately affected by this. I feel so bad for them. They can hardly swim, let alone survive on land. So yeah, I get really nice atmosphere if you ask me. Would you like to join the Magikarp and flop around in the mud? See, this is where your fashion sense and quippy dialogue, it's not doing it for me anymore. I'm thinking you guys are actually pretty awful. So if you couldn't have you definitely expected it. We are going to be battling some Team Galactic grunts around here. Galactic's the one who set off the bomb, so obviously we're going to be running into some confrontation. But so far, the confrontation has been a Glammeow, which is not their best. I'd say they're not putting their best foot forward. I'm not very intimidated. And, oh, Murkrow. Hello. Murkrow, I'm pretty sure we've seen this Pokemon before. And you've definitely seen one if you've been paying attention to the Diamond gameplay that sometimes appears in the bottom right corner. But Murkrow, absolutely love this Pokemon. Again, kind of suffers from being a dark type in a generation that doesn't appreciate it. But overall, super good Pokemon. I don't know if I've been over this before, but my main complaint... Overwhelming! Go flop in the mud yourself. My main complaint is that you don't get a Dusk Stone, which Murkrow needs to evolve until really late. Like, I'm talking after this point. And there's no way to... There's one way to get a Dusk Stone earlier, but that's by sheer luck. Your Pokemon has to have pickup, and at a decent level, it has a chance of picking up a Dusk Stone, which, funny enough, did actually happen to me literally right before I picked up the Dusk Stone in game. So I thought that was pretty funny in my Diamond playthrough. And oh, gosh, all these poor Magikarp, they're just flopping around. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is actually, like, again, like this, I feel like there's weight here. Like, this should have been taken a little more, I don't know, tragically. You can see there are flaming, like, smoldering craters in the ground here. Oh, man. Look at these poor guys. Even Team Galactic has no use for Magikarp. Worthless, all of them. Worthless. Excuse me. Those are the king of carp. Magikarp. Yeah, so it's absolutely tragic. And the other tragedy is the slowdown this area is giving my game. My goodness. I hope that's doing okay for you guys. As far as upsetting things in Pokemon games, this is way up there, honestly. It's absolutely tragic. And I know they're like, oh, they're just Magikarps, but more like they're still Magikarps. Like, come on, man. But again, that is a praise. Like, it actually makes me feel in a Pokemon game, which is really just high praise. They did a good job. And it also kind of, like these galactic goons, they're not just goofballs. Like, they can be a legit threat. We set off the galactic bomb. Its blast force was phenomenal. Yeah, I would say so. We heard it in Canalave, and obviously you can see the results. It actually, I would like to know, a la game theory, how much force it would actually take to clear out a lake like this. That's absolutely preposterous. We're going to Shockwave. It's a Golbat. I can't imagine this thing standing up too much to scrutiny or my Maytag Shockwave. So I take back everything I said. I have been embarrassed. Maytag, you didn't embarrass me. No, this was all on me. We're going to use Shadow Ball since we, again, we've been fighting a bunch of normal types and stuff lately, so I feel like a Shadow Ball is now warranted. I dare not risk Hydro Pump. Recall, we did put Maytag into Wash form. Your Pokemon attack with phenomenal power. We did put Maytag into Wash form, because of the gym. Maytag would have thrived in there almost as well as Autumn did. But we just haven't had use for Hydro Pump yet or anything. I'll punish you in place of our boss for defying Team Galactic. Yeah, I'm kind of, as you can tell, my throat is a little bit scratchy today from doing all these recordings. So all of my, Galactic Goon voices have defaulted to, mobster. Italian or New York mobster. Okay, Sucker Punch is actually an issue. Never mind, I take that back. Maytag is just too good for this world. Absolutely. I haven't actually used Rotom in Gen 4 before. I thought it would be a really unique gimmick and everything, but I gotta say, Maytag has just overall been absolutely a boon to our team this whole entire time. I'm so glad I've had the opportunity to use it, particularly in Gen 4 before it got the type switches where it's would be considered super viable. And speaking of viable, this is a great time to test out our Hydro Pump. So, hey, hope that your doggy likes the hose. Look at that. Oh, you just get that power. I know it's a very similar animation to Leaf Storm. Technically, Leaf Storm would be a similar animation to Hydro Pump, considering Hydro Pump was a move first. And then, okay, a Stunky coming out. But as you can see, we took out that Houndour. It was probably overkill on the Houndour, if we're being honest, right? But a Shockwave should take care of this butt-faced Pokemon. Again, like, I don't know. I've developed a very unique fondness for Stunky. Sorry, I had to whet my whistle there. Throughout our time fighting Team Galactic grunts. And, I mean, hey, Dark Poison type, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Well, I guess, you know, we wouldn't know yet because we haven't tried it out yet, which is a little unfortunate. But we will, don't you worry. Donzalug will come in handy very, very shortly. But with that, we took out the Glameow, and just enough EXP to put Maytag to level 39. Not bad. Our team's looking pretty good. Grrr, I took the punishment. I don't even remember what voice I gave you. All right. Oh, jeez, it's such a tragedy. The other tragedy is the frame rate right now, so maybe we need to get out of the open where all these Magikarp animations and the reflections. So that's why there's a slowdown. I mean, you've got the Galactic Grunts, who have their own AI. You've got the Magikarp flopping around with their animation. The reflections in the water that are also, you know, flopping around. Like, taxes the processing power of the DS. What do you want? You're investigating the explosion? Bah, it doesn't matter who you are. It's too late to make any difference. Things are going to get really interesting now. All the legendary Pokemon are going to be brought to our HQ in Veilstone. Bro! Ixnay on the Ann play, okay? Don't just tell that to the 10-year-old who's about to wipe the floor with your boss. All right, and now that we got that information, yeah, no, Maytag's looking pretty good. I don't think 30 HP. I don't think is going to be too much of an issue. But if we come in here to the Valor Cavern, and that's a unique field sprite, isn't it? I get the feeling we're going to have a confrontation here. All right, let's hop to it. And weirdly colored hair in a very odd shape. You must be a commander. The mission is proceeding without a hitch. The boss should be pleased. Everything is for everyone, and for the good of Team Galactic. Ugh, I recognize your face. You're the child who raided the Team Galactic building in Eterna. Well, shoot, I didn't know my reputation preceded me. Jupiter should be ashamed of herself, being beaten by a child. But anything and anyone that opposes Team Galactic must be crushed. Even the very thought of opposition will not be tolerated. And okay, look, I knew the commanders were kind of, you know, hardcore, but like, we're getting like, I know the word gets overused, but like, we're getting a little fascisty around here. No opposition shall be tolerated. So, say hello to Commander Saturn, who I guess has heard of us, but we have not run into Commander Saturn before. Commander Saturn is another commander of Team Galactic, though actually the last one we haven't seen thus far. And yeah, he's got himself a nice little range of Pokemon that will differ if you're playing Diamond and Pearl. So, in Platinum, he starts out with Golbat, level 38, inner focus for his ability, which means he's not going to be flinching, with the moves Air Cutter, Bite, Toxic, and Supersonic. I cannot believe that thing lived. Okay, it opted for Bite. Toxic, I think, would have probably been more annoying, so I'm not too concerned about that. If you are playing Diamond and Pearl, this is one of the few instances where I think, honestly, it's kind of cooler. He has a Kadabra on level 38. Pretty dope. With the ability Synchronize, so if you status him, he's going to status you. With the moves Psychic, Shockwave, Recover, and Embargo. So, actually a pretty decent threat. That thing's fast, it's going to hit hard, and it's going to be annoying because it's got the recovery and can prevent you from using items. Alright, up next is Bronzor, which honestly I'm not even really too concerned about. But we can let Zuko in on this action. I feel like he is primed for the job. So Commander Saturn's Bronzor, it will be on level 38 as well. It just does not seem right, that weak of a Pokemon with that high of a level. It's got the ability Levitate, so the ground moves will not work. So if you have an item of your own or a ground type Pokemon, do not try to hit this with that. So we are going to use the fire with the moves Gyro Ball, Shadow Ball, Rock Tomb, and Iron Defense. So overall, not too much of a bother. It is super defensive. Okay, hitting us with Shadow Ball, that's fine by me. It's not going to do too much. Iron Defense, Rock Tomb was probably your best bet, to be honest with you. Saturn also has a Bronzor in Diamond and Pearl. Again, with the ability Levitate with Gyro Ball, Extra Sensory, Shadow Ball, and Confuse Ray. Very similar. I kind of feel like Diamond and Pearl's Bronzor is a little more annoying. So once again, it's interesting that Diamond and Pearl seem to have the better battle over here. I would say alliteration, better battle. And last but not least, Saturn is going to throw out his Toxicroak. Yeah, look at that thing. Absolutely amazing. But Intimidate is going to actually do quite a bit of work here. As you can see, it's got the ability Anticipation, so if you have a super effective move, he's going to know about it. Level 40, it's got a Citrus Berry, so that can be kind of annoying. We're going to Fly, easy peasy, with the moves Poison Jab, Revenge, Mud Bomb, and Feint Attack. So again, not like super concerning. In Diamond and Pearl, it's a little more concerning because it has Poison Jab, Brick Break, X-Scissor for that Psychic coverage, and Swagger. So overall, I really feel like the Diamond and Pearl battle was way better with Saturn than the Platinum one, which I think might be the only unique instance of that. You, my friend, are tough. Okay, and you can see why. I know everyone's having trouble with me. I get it. Gah! Even a commander, only managed to buy us time. But that is fine. A child like you will never be able to stem the flow of time. Oh, truer words have never been spoken. Team Galactic will get the 3 legendary Pokemon of the lakes. With their power, we will create an entirely new universe. My goodness, these people are a little ambitious if you ask me, but hey, at least someone knows what's going on, I guess. By now, Mars should have captured the Pokemon at Lake Valor. But I mean, like, a whole new universe, that's hyperbole, right? I mean, because of the other Team Galactic. Yeah, I get it. Dang. But with that, there's really nothing else in here for us to do. And while we did thwart, we didn't really thwart. We beat Saturn, but unfortunately, all we did was, I guess, get distracted long enough for them to make their hasty exit. The most of them. And with that, guys, I think we're going to end it off here. The music has changed, though, so that's nice. And we still have some goons around, but that's very, very depressing. So, amidst these poor, unfortunate Magikarp flopping around in the mud, if you liked what you saw, go ahead, smash that subscribe button. Like, dislike, whatever you're feeling like. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Oh boy, don't worry, guys. We'll do something for you. Don't know what, but something. Running in the doors. Running, here's some more. Running in the doors. Running indoors. Pokemon Gen 4.
Pikachu?